So today I want to talk about circles, and I've dialed up a little example here for us. It says, given the following equation of a circle, answer these questions. Number 1, where is the center of the circle? Number 2, what is the radius of the circle? And number 3, graph the circle. Now, step number 1 here, the simplest and easiest thing to do would be to figure out how to find the center and the radius of the circle. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this, but I think the easiest way, the simplest way to do this is to put this circle in a different form. So this, right now we've got x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y minus 12 equals 0. And if you put this circle in the form, which looks like this, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, then your center will be at h and k, and your radius will be r. And so I want to turn this equation into this equation, and I can do that very simply by completing the square twice. That's the fun part. You have to break this equation into two parts and complete the square twice. So I'm going to write the equation like this: x squared plus 4x, leave a little space, y squared minus 6y, leave a little space, equals 12. Okay? And I need to complete the square. I need to complete the square on this piece, and I need to complete the square on this piece. If you do not know how to complete the square, I have done a video on that. I highly recommend you watch it. There's a shortcut to completing the square, which is if the coefficients of the square terms are both 1, and in this example they are, you can take this middle term here, divide it by 2 and square it, and that'll give you the third part of this perfect square trinomial. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then square that and you get 4. Okay? And then negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. Now, here's the trick. Because I added 4 and because I added 9 to both sides, I also have to add 4 and 9 to the right-hand side. Okay, now I'm going to rewrite this part here and this part here as perfect square trinomials. So this will be x plus 2 squared, and this will be y minus 3 squared, and 12 plus 4 plus 9, lo and behold, is 25. Nice simple circle here. Now, what does this tell me? Well, if I go back to what a lot of textbooks refer to as center radius form, which is this form right up here, I can answer question 1 very easily using this form. Okay, so what is the center? Well, the center is h and k. Okay, well, what do I have to subtract from x to make it look like this? And the answer is negative 2. Right? X minus negative 2 is the same as x plus 2. So the center of the circle is negative 2, comma 3. Okay, easy enough. What is the radius? Well, this format, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Well, in this format, the center is hk, and the radius is r. So if this is r squared, so this is r squared, then what do we know? R has to equal 5, because we're only going to take the principal root here. We're looking for a distance. So what is the radius? 5. Well, that was easy. Step 3 is to graph the circle. Well, if you know the center of the circle and you know the radius of the circle, then graphing that circle should be fairly simple. And, oh boy, I'm looking for my compass. Well, I can't find my compass, so I'm going to show you an old trick that I learned years ago. So I need to graph this circle. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a piece of graph paper here. Ta-da! Graph paper. And basically, if I take the answers to my questions, which is the center and the radius, I can graph this circle. So where's the center? It's at -2, 3. So I go left 2, and I go up 3, and there's my center. Okay? And what is the radius? Well, the radius is 5. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you have a compass, the smart thing to do, the best thing to do, the easiest thing to do would be to set your compass to that spread and spin it. Now, if you do not have a compass, what you can do is put your pinky knuckle on one dot, okay, and put your pencil on another dot, on the other dot, and spin the paper. And if you do it right, you end up with a decently nice circle. And although I can tell you immediately from looking at this that it's wrong, it at least looks pretty. And I know it's wrong because if this is up 5, this has to be down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, a little off. This has to be left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty close. And this has to be right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, close but not quite. But that's a neat way to draw circles, to just plant one finger and then spin the paper under your finger. Now, if you're just asked to sketch this kind of freehand, the easiest way to do that, again, is to go up, right, down, and left, 5 units. And then just kind of freehand sketch and you know, again, your goal is to make this look as much like a circle as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, you do want some semblance of a circle here. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, mine always come out looking like lemons. Not really sure why, but they always come out looking like lemons. But there's your circle if you don't have a compass. And if you do have a compass handy, like I said, you would spread, you'd put your point in the center and you'd put your pencil out here on this point and you'd just spin this thing around. But that's how you graph a circle. And you always want to make sure that any of these 4 points, up, left, down, and right, are 5 units from the center if your radius is 5. That's one thing that I look for as an instructor. So it's a fun way to start with an equation, a quadratic sort of equation that's in standard form, and then complete the square and get the graph of a circle. So it's something real handy and real easy and fun to do. So if you have any questions, please let me know.